Welcome our dear student. Welcome our dear student. Now I will complete the unit 4. Okay. طيب, we have learned the second law of Mendel. Now I will complete the unit 4, the dominant and recessive traits. ممكن يا ولاد open your page 66 to see the picture of the example of the dominant and recessive traits in human being. Open your school book page 66. Okay. So خلاص كله فتح كتاب تمام. طيب, what's the difference between dominant and recessive? Okay, عندك picture number 1, tongue, the ability to roll the tongue and the inability to roll the tongue. The ability to roll the tongue is the dominant, but the inability to roll the tongue is recessive. Okay, ear lobe, free ear lobe, dominant, and attached ear lobe, recessive. Curly hair, dominant, but straight hair is recessive. Black hair, dominant, light colored hair, recessive. Size of eye, wide eyes, dominant and narrow recessive. Brown eye, dominant, colored eye, blue, green, gray, recessive. Dimples, dominant, but no dimples, recessive. No freckles, dominant, but freckles, recessive. Okay. Now we will talk about the chromosome is chemically consist of. Now we'll talk about the chromosomes. Type we have learned in the first term, the cell nucleus contains chromosomes, right? Okay, the chromosomes chemically consist of nucleic acid DNA combined with proteins. DNA carries genetic traits of living organisms. Scientists have found that the nucleic acid DNA consists of a small part called genes. Okay, so again, we have learned in the first term, the cell contains chromosomes, right? The chromosomes chemically consist of nucleic acid combined with protein. Okay, we have learned the chromosomes contains two chromatids, right? Each chromatid can consist of DNA and protein, right? DNA carries genetic traits of living organisms. What is the genetic traits? The DNA carries the genetic traits. Scientists have found the nucleic acid consists of a small part called genes. So the DNA consists of a small part called genes. What's the genes? They are parts of DNA present on the chromosomes and they are responsible for appearing the individual hereditary traits. Okay? So, any nucleic acid or DNA consists of a small part called genes. Each of them consists of structure unit called nucleotides. Okay? Fine. Now, did you understand? Now, we'll talk about the model of Houston. Now, we'll talk about the model of Houston and Crick for composition of DNA molecules. The scientists Watson and Crick were able to make a model of DNA molecule. DNA molecule is composed of two strands coiled around each other, forming a double helix shape. تمام? How do the genes perform their function? The scientists Badel and Tatum discovered the means of how the gene control the appearance of genetic traits. The two scientists received for the Nobel Prize in the year 1958. Okay? So at the end of lesson, thank you for listening and goodbye.